Lamelo Ball, MB1, arguably the top young player in the league today, has been missing for the past 13 going on 14 games due to the ankle injury. Yo, the NBA needs this man right about now. With so much speculation, you need somebody rare. You need the one of one. You need MB1. We all know the history of LaMelo Ball. The Hornets are going through a tumultuous situation. This man done been here and done that, traveling out the spire, traveling overseas, just doing things unorthodox. Right now, the Charlotte Hornets are in an unorthodox situation, and it's time for the man who is the face of the franchise to return. Also, you got so much political things going on. It seems like the NBA is getting drowned out by all of the stuff going on right now. We need something like that. Obviously, the more time goes, I thought Lamelo should have been back from this injury. Reports were saying I forgot exactly, but I believe it was supposed to be nothing but 2 weeks. This injury happened, in the middle of the preseason. And for it to drag out this far is tough. So I understand people voicing their frustration, thinking it's something bigger than what it maybe is. All reports, and as I've been seeing lately, the Hornets have been, falling, but the reports were that the Hornets were going to see this thing through. The Hornets are currently on, goddamn, let me see how many losses they're at right now. I think they got a lot of back-to-back losses. They lost to the Kings, they lost to the Bulls, the Grizzlies, the Nets. Let me count the losing streak that they're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these guys are on a 7-game skid. Mind you, I mean, some of these games they end, some of these games they not. But clearly, you're going to need LaMelo. You guys are going up against Miami. You got Orlando, which is improved. Indiana, the Pacers. The way, I mean, Melo at some point, Melo has to return and get this team to where it needs to be. The Hornets are currently at the bottom of the standings. You know, that's what kind of has people thinking of Victor Wembanyama. Right now, Charlotte has a worse record than the Orlando Magic. Three wins, 10 losses. Clearly the Hornets at the bottom of the pulpit. Does it even make sense, to rush LaMelo Ball back? I don't know if a conversation has been had because the draft is so tricky now. It's no guarantee. You guys could tank and end up with the 8th pick in the draft. So I mean, the NBA is very tricky. I don't think tanking or dropping games is the way to go. So I kind of want to debunk that a little bit. I think Lamelo, he will return at some point. I do believe this is legitimate. I think the Hornets are saying, hey, listen, if you're not 150%, don't even worry about it. And I think that's kind of what's going. I don't think the Hornets are rushing him. Another thing, I mean, to people that believes is something bigger like a Wembanyama or a top pick in the works. You listen. To be honest with you, even when Lamelo gets back, they should. I believe they will go on a run. I'm hearing noise of Miles Bridges. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but we a lot closer to a return from him than we've ever been. I think the rumblings are gonna happen. But we all know how electrifying LaMelo Ball is. I mean, when you think of some of the top young players in the league today, what's some of the people that come to mind? Luka, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson. That's just to list off a few. You know, LaMelo Ball is right in the mix of all of that, and he wants to accomplish things in Charlotte. He wants to win. He knows that he hasn't done anything yet. If you ever hear some of the interviews that LaMelo speaks on, he speaks to we haven't done nothing yet. We, striving to win. He's the guy that could galvanize these troops. I believe if LaMelo was there at the start of the season, the Hornets could possibly be one of these surprise teams. How you looking at Utah? I believe the Hornets could have been that, and I'm gonna tell you why. The supporting cast brung it. I mean, the PJs of the world, these guys brought the intensity. I think what's happening now is they starting to collapse. They need the face of the franchise to return to steer the ship correctly. LaMelo Ball would have enhanced what they was bringing already, and they brought it. It's almost like, did they unload the cannon? I'm talking about the supporting cast of the Hornets. Did they unload the cannon the first couple of games? Because what's happening now is they clearly seem like they can't flip that switch. But it is what it is. I can't wait till the electrifying Lamelo Ball returns. And puts the league on notice to who the hell he is, because right now, like I said, you got the Kyrie situation, all of the things going on with LeBron. Donovan Mitchell is in Cleveland. You hearing a lot of stuff going on. And clearly we're missing the guy who I believe is going to be in true competition for the face of the league. In the foreseeable future, once you have some of these figureheads out the league or definitely taking a step back, as you can see what's going on with LeBron James. I could definitely see um, other players of that ilk as well. I'm not going to list off all the names, but LaMelo Ball could be in clear position to become the top young player in basketball. I believe that he's in the race right now, but I think he don't have the horses that you see some of these other people with. If you're looking at Anthony Edwards, he can't even. Could you imagine if LaMelo had weapons like that? LaMelo got marginable weapons. They picking up guys that was on their way out the league and making it gold. So we just got to point that out as well. What's going on in Charlotte. Even when LaMelo Ball returns, that's not the end all be all. Is a start. How much wear and tear you putting on him. Is he going to come back and the team is 3-15? I mean, from there, what do you do? The Hornets clearly look like they're on the way, to regression. It's tough. What are they going to do from here? But this is wild, and I know we all patiently awaiting the return of LaMelo Ball. If you're a fan of the Ball brothers, it's been one rocky road. This season you got Lonzo Ball out, but recovering. LiAngelo Ball in Greensboro just dogged, And then as you could see, LaMelo Ball out, where people did believe that he would have returned way sooner by now. Is he gonna miss the quarter way of the season? You see him shooting around, you see progress being made, So at some point, this man needs to return because I believe that LaMelo Ball is on his way to a huge, jump in all of his numbers. This guy went a 5-point increase from his rookie year to his sophomore year. What in the hell you thought this man was going to do in his third year? I told the people, I looked at 25 points plus this game, 25 plus this year due to the factors that they're going through. But I'm going to leave it at that. The NBA is clearly missing arguably the top young player in basketball today in LaMelo Ball. It's devastating. I truly feel like we're being deprived of one of the great talents of this era. But like I said, I'll let you be the judge. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what time it is. Hit that like button. We out.